Hello everyone, my name is Peter and welcome to my channel practicaltech.io. Today I'll show you how you can run your own web conference service in about 5 minutes. First of all, a few words, why would you want to do that? Of course, it's much easier and worry-free to use a service like Zoom, for example, and they have pretty decent pricing policy, and they provide a lot of service for that money. But based on your specific situation, sometimes you can have very many users, who can host the meetings. They don't, meet online 24 hours a day. They meet just occasionally, and paying for each user $15 a month to Zoom can be expensive based on your user base. Second, maybe Zoom is not good enough for you quality-wise. And finally, with recent events about Zoom security, right? It was compromised. Uh, if you run your own web conference servers, you can apply additional security measures such as VPN connections, IP filters, etc. So anyway, let's see what alternatives do we have. I started from Google search and I entered this search string web conference open source free, and the second item popped up was jitsi.org. So let's go to that website and see what they offer. First of all, it's open source software provided by with Apache version 2 license, meaning it's user friendly. You can use it for commercial purposes as well, and there is a button see it in action where you can try and see all the features this service provides. If we go to projects, there are two major components. The web application, which provides you the web conferencing experience itself, and a main server-side component, video bridge. And then there is a bunch of add-on modules which gives additional features such as tools to record and stream your conferences, etc., etc. You can come here and read and explore it and make your own decision if this conference is good enough for you or not. Um, Assuming you like the conference, but the thing is you need to run it on your own server. So I looked around as I wanted to use Amazon Cloud to run a Jitsi software. I found this nice article where the author describes how you can quickly deploy the Jitsi software on an EC2 machine in Amazon Cloud. And he provides a CloudFormation template. I'll speak about CloudFormation in a moment. And I decided to try it. It's basically there is a link in the article to the GitHub repository where that CloudFormation template is available for everyone. So I downloaded the CloudFormation template and I started working with it. So what is Amazon CloudFormation and what is that CloudFormation template? CloudFormation is a service from Amazon Cloud which gives you infrastructure as code capability. What does it mean? Infrastructure as code basically means that you can describe as a code all the IT infrastructure you need to deploy your application or your environment in a cloud. And you describe it in this particular way. We use YAML template. It's basically a YAML formatting language. Developers are familiar with that, which describes all the resources in Amazon Cloud and their configuration, so you can quickly execute this template and you can get your complete environment up and running without need to go and manually create and provision resources, configure them, etc., etc. Let's very briefly look into this particular template. What we have here is, first of all, we create security group for some protection. We provision elastic IP address. We create a DNS record to route all the traffic to particular DNS name for video conference. And then finally, we provision EC2 instance, which is a virtual server in Amazon Cloud. And in the same template, we describe all the software which we need to install on this server. So basically, it's one fairly simple YAML file which describes all our Amazon Cloud resources. CloudFormation template typically takes a few input parameters. In this case, you can see I'm specifying the virtual server size small. The size specifies how many CPU resources and how much memory do you want to have for your server. I'll start with small because I'm just running it in a testing mode. And for example, I'm given a DNS name where I want my web conference server being deployed. And then having the template, having these few input parameters configured, we can quickly deploy that template into Amazon Cloud by executing this command. Let me do that. Oh, and before I move forward, let's check one thing. Let me show that on this domain name, video.practicaltech.io, there is nothing running at the moment. All right. Now let's run that Amazon command, which will use this template to deploy the complete stack. Stack means a group of cloud resources working together to build your infrastructure, to build your application. Okay, let's do it. All right, the command returned a message that, okay, I started working on your resources based on the template. So let's wait and see what's going on. All right, this is the Amazon Cloud console or dashboard. And there is a service, CloudFormation service. We can see those stacks, CloudFormation stacks. And at this moment, I have one stack test video, which I just launched a minute ago. It's in create in progress state. And if we click on this template, we can see basically what's going on right in real time. Events, and let's see, the user-initiated event, the stack creation started, and then this service creates for us cloud resources, Elastic IP address, security group, DNS record, and we need to wait until we will get our EC2 instance created. It will take probably 3 to 5 minutes. I'll put my video recorded on pause and we'll get back shortly. All right, a few minutes later, let's see. Okay, it says that our stack is still getting created, but let's go to EC2 instances dashboard and let's see we got a new EC2 server, videopracticaltech.io. Its state is running, and before we really test the web conference, let's do one more thing. Based on the instructions provided by the author of this template, you can provision SSL certificate from Let's Encrypt service to make a connection to your web conference server fully secure. To execute, we need to execute this command from the machine itself. So let's go first, let's SSH into our EC2 server. Let's grab this connect command and run it in a terminal. Yes, I want to proceed to my server. And now all we need to do is just execute this command. It will ask for my email address. And it started provisioning the certificate. Again, Let's Encrypt is a great service which gives you SSL certificates completely for free. Meanwhile, let's go back to CloudFormation template. And okay, the template creation, the stack creation is completed. Let's see how long it really took. It started creating at 13 hours and 48 minutes, and it's finished about 13 hours 53 minutes. So it literally took just about 5 minutes. Okay, going back, let's wait maybe for another 30 seconds or 1 minute for SSL certificate being provisioned. All right, I think we got our SSL certificate, so we shall be all set to use our web conference. Right, coming back to video.practical.tech.io, let's reload it, and let's see what we got here. Okay, this is the Jitsi.org web conference service. Let's start a new meeting. And as you can see, we got a pretty modern and pretty cool web conferencing up and running on our own domain, on our own server, which we provisioned in Amazon Cloud. You can this meeting gives you the link. You can invite your friends, your family, or your partners or teammates. You can add a password to this meeting. You can share the screen. You can use an embedded chat system. It's pretty cool. It's a very powerful web conferencing tool, and for us it's completely free. Well, not completely, of course, because we need to pay for IT resources running in Amazon Cloud. But if you have IT resources already available in your data center, maybe, or if you have office computers or servers, you can use them. Or maybe in your particular situation, even provisioning virtual servers in cloud still will be more cost-efficient solution for you. Alright, if you like this idea or if you want to try it but you need help with IT infrastructure or cloud infrastructure, you can get in touch with this company. I know them personally, very decent guys, have very strong expertise and great experience in IT technology, IT infrastructure, and IT support. Or feel free to get in touch with me. I will be more than happy to answer any questions, to discuss your ideas, or to hear any comments. Thank you very much for your attention. If you like my video, subscribe for the channel so you don't miss upcoming videos from me.